paired with 10 push-ups with a twist. So your 20 hips down push-ups will start on the ground. I want you to tuck your hands nice and tight right underneath of your chest. From here, all you're going to do is press into a full extension and then right back down. Okay, so the hands are nice and tight, just about a thumb's distance from my shoulders. You'll hit 20 here, keeping your hips in contact with the floor the entire time. Once you're done that, you'll hit 10 push-ups with a twist. If you need to take these from your knees, that's totally okay. Just make sure that your hips are at full extension. So I'll show you this one from the front. Push up from my knees. One push-up, pop it into a high plank, into a T rotation. That's one rep. Once again, if you need to go to the knees for the push-up, go ahead. Push up, pop it up, we'll twist in that other direction. Each time your arm goes up, that means it's one rep. After those, you'll hit one round of 20 good mornings. So I want your focus today. Put your hands behind your head for a prisoner position, just a little extra stretch. For these good mornings, your knees should stay exactly where they are. All you're going to do is push your hips back, maintaining a nice flat back. You should feel that all throughout your hamstrings, okay? So just a big hip hinge back. Back stays nice and flat. Neck stays in line. You'll hit 20 good mornings before you go to 20 single arm dumbbell thrusters total. So 10 per side. Dumbbell starts up on the shoulder. Full squat. As soon as the hips extend, big punch overhead. All right. So 10 per side on single arm thrusters. For our strength today, we have tempo push-ups. So 5 sets of 10. Our tempo is a 3-second count down to the bottom all the way until the chest hits the floor, and then you're going to explode that up. I'll show you 3 reps. Look something like this. Establish your perfect plank position. Shoulders are over top of the hands. Our elbows are tucking in tight. It's a 1, 2, 3. Fire it up. 1, 2, 3. Explosive on the way up. 1, 2, 3. Okay. If you need to cut down the reps, I would prefer you cut down the reps first before you drop to an elevated surface with your hands or going to the knees. So both would do. If you're going to elevate the hands, something like a table, same thing goes. Keeping that nice flat plank position. From here, it's a 1, 2, 3, driving it up. Another option would be to take it from the knees, from the floor. Same exact thing goes, keeping those shoulders over the hands, keeping those elbows nice and tight. I'll show you this one from the front. Elbows stay glued to the side. 1, 2, 3, drive it up. Once again, if you need to, cut the reps before you cut your movement, or just switch to whichever push-up variation works best for you. So 5 sets of 10 on that. Shake it out in between reps. Take a rest. Probably about a minute off. For the workout today, we have 20, 30, 40 of 3 movements. So movement 1 is suitcase deadlifts. Hopefully you have 1 dumbbell or 1 kettlebell you can hit for these. Just making sure that that dumbbell is touching the ground. Hips are higher than the knees. Nice flat back, driving it up, keeping that bell nice and tight. So for these suitcase deadlifts, guys, I like to use a little bit more of a narrow stance. That way I can keep my core tight without shifting my hips at the bottom. So we want to stay as neutral as we can with the hips. Obviously it's a single side, so sometimes our hips go in an opposite direction. Just keep it tight and controlled. For those suitcase deadlifts, it's always a total, so split the reps in half per arm. Second movement, we have dumbbell snatches. Same thing goes, one head of the dumbbell touches the ground, keeping the bell nice and tight, all the way up overhead to full extension. From the side, a few dumbbell snatches. Make sure you're using your legs for some help. 20 dumbbell snatches. Final movement, we have single arm, push press. Dumbbell head once again starts on the shoulder. From here, I want you to use your hips, dip, drive, pressing that bell all the way up overhead. 20 total, single arm push press. So most important part of that push press, guys, is that we're loading those knees out. over the toes, keeping those heels glued to the ground until our hips extend. If you need to, then they can leave. So you will hit 20 suitcase deadlifts total, 20 total dumbbell snatches, 20 total push press. The focus of the workout is to hit at least half of those reps on one arm before you're even switching the dumbbell. So for that last set of 40, we're expecting you to hang on for 20 single reps on the right side before you're switching your arms. Same thing goes for the snatches, 20 reps before we're switching to the other arm. Same thing goes for the push press, 20 reps before we're switching. So at least half that number has to be completed before you're switching arms. If that's not obtainable, I want you to either drop the weight or drop the reps. So instead of 20, 30, 40, maybe a 10, 20, 30 works best for what you have, all dependent on what weight you're using and what you have at home. For our cash out today, love this one from Coach Carrie. She went with bicep curls, but we're keeping that same tempo on the way up and the way down. So you'll hit either single arm or double arm, depending on what you have. I only have one dumbbell, so I'm going to go single arm. It's going to be a 1, 2 count up to the shoulder, and then that same 1, 2 count down to full arm extension. So I'll show you that from the side. 1, 2, pause. 1, 2, arm comes to full extension. Notice I'm not moving at the body, keeping the core locked in nice and tight, just working biceps. 2 seconds up, 2 seconds down. So you will hit either 4 sets of 12 on that, depending on your weight, or 4 sets of 8, all depending on what size weight you have and what works best for you. Hope you have a great workout. I'll see you guys tomorrow for your Friday workout. Hope you have a great day.